Welcome to the Stellaris Show. I'm Volairen and it's November 25th, 2024. And let me see here. I want to check something real quick. Alright, so, yeah. Hope you guys are enjoying your early holidays, if you are. We're going to try to get right into it here. I'm debating on whether or not I should go into comments, because I do need to catch up, and I haven't really caught up in a while, but honestly, I think I owe you guys some gameplay, so we're just going to get right into it. And we're going to hit that pause button, or that unpause button. Now, research has raised considerably. That is something to note there. Let's see, so... So we got a suitcase here, but it's a leader, so I don't really care about that. Let's see. Take care of that arrow, and this arrow as well. So this has got it's got a suitcase, so let's go ahead and actually this one has one too. This is a generator world, so I think you know, we need more food. I'm kind of getting tired of it, so I'll just build the hydroponic farms there. We have plenty of energy credits already. So this could use some tile block remover. Doesn't look like it has any. There's not really anything we can do here. This planet's pretty much filled out, so excuse me, probably gonna have to go ahead and let them, well, we could resettle them somewhere. Why don't we do that? Okay, let me see here. We need food, so let's take a food planet and, yeah. Bring him over there. For sure. I think that's good as well. That's a ruler, don't care about that. That's also a ruler. Alright, so we got a couple workers here. So we basically need specialists here. But we actually need holotheaters, so we'll go ahead and make those. Make that and see what's... See if that'll fix things. So we got rid of the bad presence there. We vassalized this guy. So right now, food is our main antagonist. Well, that and alloys. Alloys are pretty bad. We can't really grow our fleets without alloys. So... we do have some extra alloys, so maybe we could go through our... go through our factory worlds and maybe... You know, we could probably turn this one into a forge world. Actually, wait. This is a good one. We'll probably go ahead and get a some civilian industries with that as well. So we haven't been able to get this planet to stop revolting. Well, they've got 4 unemployed pops. Well, it's an industrial planet, so why don't we... Well, they need workers. I mean, we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone here, and, like... I'm thinking about, like, making agriculture districts, to be honest. I don't want to, but... Yeah, why not? I think... Yeah, let's just do that. Because we got 4 workers on there. We have duelists. Okay. Well. You just gotta get them work, I guess. Come on, I don't need that right now.
We have encountered some manner of space-borne
Oh, well, this
beast.
is going down a little bit. Okay, so shit's kind of resolving itself a little bit. Need food again. Guess we'll buy some more. But we got to get out of buying resources over and over again. Even though we have a lot of energy credit gain. How's technology? Going smooth. This Dyson Swarm is going to be annoying. It's going to be nice.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, what do we have here? This is a good one. Yeah, we'll get rid of the tile blocker, for sure. Think about what to do here. We'll just add another generator district. We don't have to overthink this too hard. Besides, our energy credits are going down anyway. I think we had some fleets making their way up here to do fleet maneuvers. Hopefully we can make it there in time. Okay, so food workers are full, huh? Okay, well, we'll just add another agriculture district. Why not? Oh, we got some upgrades here. Increase fire rate, lifespans, unity. We'll do fire rate. Ship fire rate, nice.
Incoming transmission.
Luzal Hanarsi Kamalpal.
Commercial pact. Yeah, why not? Not really spending my influence on anything anyway. Alright, the revolt's going down, that's good. Yeah, I want to get more powerful. So, let me see the technology I have. Oh, I'm about to get Dyson Swarms. Very nice. Okay. Cruisers, railguns, sidecast, destroyers. Seeing if I have, like, orbital rings. Or anything like that. No. Okay.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
So what else do we have here? There's UV lasers. I don't know. We could progress towards getting a Tachyon Lance, maybe. Yeah, why not? Let's see. So now we look for stars that have good shit like this 5 deposit on here. But I'm gonna look around for, like, we're looking for a 6. Can I get a 6? That's a 6 in physics. 5. I'm gonna get to those, but I want to get a 6 first. 2. Can I get a 6? I'm not finding the 6. Probably should. Dyson Sphere only for energy credit. Yeah, it only produces energy credits. It doesn't produce anything else. And Dyson Swarms, same thing. Okay, so we're not finding 6, so the next 5 that I see, we're just gonna go ahead and plop one on there. Oh, mother! Where am I? Is this one? Yes! Okay. This is right next to the one I had. Okay, so... Alright, we're doing that. And then... Might as well come over here and do this as well. I think we have enough alloys to do one more. Let's go ahead and see. Now this is a 6, but I think we've already got it. No, we didn't. Okay, cool. All right. That's all we can do for now. Go ahead. Keep going. I actually want to put some Dyson spheres on our physics research. We have some pretty good physics research numbers. Got Star Fortress. It's Arc Furnace. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, sorry. I'm excited. Nah. Arc Furnace. No question. Getting that's gonna help us a great deal. As a clap your hands and stomp your feet. Praise the Lord, we got alloys, or we're gonna get alloys. Let's see. Yeah, so we got Dyson swarms, and we're gonna get arc furnaces in the next few years. That's gonna be really good. Ah, fucking crime. Hate crime. Food's going down. That's good. Let's check our planets again. Make sure we don't got suitcases. We are looking good. No pop growth yet, so. Architectural speed seems to be the best out of those, at least for right now. Hey, how's it going, Potato? Yeah. What? You're idle. Oh. Okay, well, I tell you what, we could do that. And then maybe we could put you on a farm planet. How's that sound? Yeah, that works good. Have him there. Hopefully that'll increase our food a little bit. Looks like it did. Wow, that was quite a difference that he made. Let's see, am I using... Let me look at my leaders. Okay, so... He's assigned to my main planet. Okay, no, we have a scientist assigned there. Okay. So maybe we can recruit a official that has a resource bonus. Nope. Okay, well, we'll keep looking. By the way, Void Room, Trokuth, only fleets are OP. Yeah, I hear that there's a lot of OP stuff going on with Grand Archive. Like with the space fauna and stuff. It's funny. I knew when my food went up that my consumer goods would go down. Yeah, this one's pretty good too, but I'll pick that one. Now, this guy has... He's got arc furnaces. Jeez. This guy's way ahead of me. Yeah. That's what happens when you play a standard Empire. Yeah. Well, I don't think it's, like... I don't think something being overpowered is necessarily a bad thing. I think it's when something's too weak that there's a problem. I'd rather something be too strong than too weak. Because people will still play the weak stuff, even though it's not as strong, just because they want to do something different. But, like, if something's, like... If something was really strong and then they make it weak, it really pisses a lot of people off, you know? But... So I think they gotta be careful with that. Okay, goods is doing okay, so our economy is balancing out here. That is very good. Alright. Let's look for suitcases. Looks like we found one. Let's see. We're about to get a lot of arc furnaces, so I think, really, we probably could just upgrade that. Upgrade the heritage site. In fact... I think I kind of want to do that with all our heritage sites. Ah, okay. So the bugs are kind of bad. We'll just see. There's no other suitcases. We'll just roll the clock.
We have encountered some manner of space-borne beast. Incoming transmission.
So they say that they say that if you pick Eater of Worlds, you get a huge debuff, and if you're not at war... Now, I got that initially, but I haven't gotten that anymore, so I don't know what the deal with that is. Because as you can see, my economy's doing very well, and I haven't been at war for some time, so... I mean... Well, see, here's the sad thing, guys, and I may end the run soon because of this. We are... Our only options right now, because we've vassalized this guy, he's our tributary. We can't really take over anything else unless we, you know, our choices are fight this guy, who's equivalent to us, and we have built a good relationship with, or fight this Federation. Everything else is blocked off. So, I mean, those are my choices if I wanted to go to war anymore. Now, I could just not go to war, but that'd be kind of weird, being Eater of Worlds, though I could do it. But that also wouldn't be very entertaining, would it? I mean, I don't know. I think I'd like some feedback here, because, I mean, if you guys are cool with me continuing a run where I'm not really fighting anyone for a long time, I'm okay with that. I mean... I have allotted this time each day to spend with you guys, so however you want to spend that is up to you, I guess. But it's kind of like... Yeah, I mean, I get a little bored, you know, when I'm not conquering, when I'm not fighting. But then again, I don't mind playing SimCity either, you know, to some extent. But, like, what I don't like is being trapped, and I'm starting to feel like I am. When it comes to this power block here. I don't... Now, I could maybe get into a federation with this guy here, but I don't have the diplomacy tradition, so... Now, it says I can propose subjugation, but see, they're an overlord. They have the is overlord penalty, so... Now... So, I guess... You know what? I've spent like 2 or 3 weeks critiquing Stellaris. I don't want to do it anymore. You guys know what the issues are. Most of these penalties are not accurate. Like, I have very good relations with them. I shouldn't really have any penalties at all, honestly. Other than the is overlord part, but I've already spoken about that, so... I mean... So I'm kind of stuck right now, guys. Like, I mean, I could just be a turncoat, but see, here's the thing. You gotta look at this guy's alliances. Does he, even if we were to you know, backstab him, like, so he's in an alliance with this guy. Well, let's look at this guy. I think not only is this guy stronger than us, well, he's stronger economically and technologically. I don't count that. That's another thing I think they need to change. Their relative power just needs to be fleet power. Nothing else should be considered, I think. Because see, here's the thing. They could have the best technology in the world. They could have the best economy in the world. But if I take all their shit, it don't matter. You know? if I beat them into submission, that really doesn't matter to me. You know? If I can beat them militarily, that's really all that matters. Because they'll surrender and then their shit's mine, right? So that's kind of why I don't really think they, honestly, I didn't say it in the video, but they should just redo relative power as well. They should just, you know, it's not really accurate the way it is. So yeah. Now we also have good relations with this guy. Let's see if there's anything we can do with him. Probably not. Yeah, so now we could maybe... Let's see. So yeah, distance. Here's another example of why I'm blocked in with distance. You know? Yeah, so... I mean... Yeah, it does. You're right. I think that's why I haven't finished the game in a long time, because it just gets so boring. It really does. It gets really boring. I mean, well, here's the thing. If Warfare wasn't work, Endgame would be spectacular. But because Warfare sucks, Endgame is even more of a chore. You know? It's even more of a chore. Because, you know, because, let's face it, most of the time what ends up happening is there's some big intergalactic war between a couple different power blocks on the galactic map. You know, and it's either that or the crisis or both. Usually both. But there's a crisis, and then after that or before that, you know, the fate of the galaxy is decided in a big giant galactic war. That is on average how most of my games turn out if I play them all the way through. Even if I'm not trying to conquer the galaxy. It just ends up happening. You know, the power blocks, they get bigger, and then they don't like each other, and then it's just like, you know, the Separatists versus the Republic. I mean, you know, it's like that. So, basically, it's one of those two things that ends up happening. So, there's a lot of war in Endgame. So I think that's the other thing that makes it boring. Is that there's a lot of downtime, but when there isn't, it's just endless war. And war is work. So, you know, I think most can agree with me that war isn't fun. So, that's just work. So, yeah. I mean... But I wanted to try this build. So, So to close, really, I think we should move on and try something different. I think... For me, personally, my thoughts on the build, I don't think this is nearly as powerful as Imperium of Man. And obviously, I don't think it's as powerful as the Tyranids. But I do think it's powerful. This is one of the more powerful standard empires I have played. Though you could argue it's not a standard empire because it had Teachers of the Shroud. I think what's really unfortunate about this game is just I don't think this build was the reason I'm gonna end this run here. It's because of that Federation. Yeah, they really need to do something about Federations, honestly. To be honest with you guys, other than the stream, I don't really have much incentive to play Stellaris today because, you know, other than the fact that I do content for it, because of this Federation problem. I just don't feel that I can get ahead or that I can, you know... I lose a lot of games because of it. You know... I mean... And some assholes might think, oh, well, just get good. Okay, well, dude, I mean... You know... what... I don't like gimmicks and I don't like exploits, so what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to overcome a fleet 4 or 5 times my size? You know, of my biggest fleet. I guess I could just strengthen numbers and do a death ball, but, like, then again, they're going to be able to build fleets way faster than me. Because they're in a Federation, I'm fighting 3 of them. Or 4 of them, or however many are in there. Sometimes more. So, this, yeah, no, I could do my own Federation start, right? And I could, you know, I could join a Federation. Nah, I don't think so. I don't like Enmity. I think Enmity's bad. I think it's bad. It's just, it's too niche, it's too situational, and it really, for, like, well, the thing of it is, it'd be one thing if it was just like, how many empires hate you? Like, how many empires hate you? That would make Enmity worth picking up, especially if you're a hostile empire. But say you're the Borg, right? Enmity's not going to help you because, like, you don't... Well, no. Say you're Devouring Swarm. Enmity's not going to be worth anything to you because you don't have rivals. You don't do diplomacy. So that's what they need to change. Enmity would be great for Total War empires like Devouring Swarm and, you know, those other empires. Basically, just make it give you bonuses for how many empires have a low opinion of you. So, you know, if you're a Devouring Swarm or a Determined Exterminator, then Enmity is almost a must pick, right? So, because you're going to get bonuses from all those empires that hate you. I mean, and they could balance it out so it's not too overpowered. But yeah, like, I think Enmity should be like one of those traditions I think just Enmity was just poorly done. I really do. I think it was poorly done. It was a good idea. I definitely think that there does need to be a tradition that encourages you to be combative, right? There needs to be more things in this game to encourage you to engage in combat, for sure. To be combative with empires. But, like, what they have right now is pretty lackluster, other than the hostile empires. I mean, I love me some Devouring Swarm and Determined Exterminator, but, like, I mean... Yeah, so... Damn, I mean... But yeah, my final verdict about this this build, I think this build was alright. I think for a standard empire, even though it had Teachers of the Shroud, I think this was a pretty good empire overall. I mean, let's take a look at it again. So, I mean, the fleet power of this build is off the hook. For a standard empire, this is a very powerful, like, this has very powerful fleet bonuses. So it didn't have any problems going to war, for sure. This was, like, yeah. And then Unity was amazing. I had a great time with Unity. Unity in getting traditions, and then Teacher of the Shroud, being able to do Sonic Ascension. Sonic Ascension was, you know, all it was cracked up to be. Like, you know, I don't do it very often, but it was nice to do that for once. Yeah, if you're really big on Sonic Ascension, this is a great build. Definitely a build for you if you like Sonic, doing Sonic. So that was refreshing. like I said, I don't think it's a bad build. I think this build's definitely doable. Is it the best build I've made yet? I don't think so. I think so far Imperium Man is the best one overall. Followed by Devouring Swarm, but that's just because it's Devouring Swarm. I mean, you kind of can't do wrong with that Empire, really, as long as you play it well. You know, it's like... Well, Devouring Swarm's very high risk, high reward, but so is Imperium Man. So, I mean, yeah, it's just... But I think this is actually a really good Empire if you want to conquer and you want to go to war. And see, that's the other thing here too. If I continue, I'm not going to be able to go to war. But all my bonuses and all the advantages of this build are designed around warfare. So that makes no sense, right? It makes no sense for me to continue this. Because I'm not playing to this build's strengths. Like, I'm playing counter to this build. It just doesn't make any sense. You know, it doesn't even feel right. Like, it's just like, oh, that's kind of dumb. Right? It's kind of like if you played Devouring Swarm and you just did SimCity. You know what I mean? No, that's not... Yeah, why would you do that? So, you know, but yeah, this is a very good build if you want to conquer and go to war a lot, but you want to be flexible and you want to be able to do diplomacy. So this is about the most powerful... This is about the most militarily powerful build I have made that still does good with diplomacy, which still makes a lot of friends. So if you like making a lot of friends, but you also like making a lot of enemies, this is a great build. Like, if you just, you know, if you want friends and enemies, you want somewhere in the middle diplomatically, this is an excellent build for that. Because it's got great military bonuses, but it also, it doesn't have any of the weaknesses, you know, the diplomatic weaknesses of the hostile empires. But it can throw down almost as good as they can. So, you know, especially if you go with Khorne and Eater of Worlds, which you could always pick something else too. So, yeah. But anyway, this has been the Protoss Day Alum. I think it's probably safe to go ahead and close it there, especially after the revelation of, yeah, this is a war empire and we're not really going to be able to go to war, like, ever again. So... Yeah. Currently working on developing a build that keeps getting better with the more pops you have. Well, good luck with that, dude, because you know the more pops you have, the more lag you get. But no, I could see that being really powerful, though, if you can stand the lag. So, since we're here and we've decided to not continue... Though some exciting things are going to happen. We were about to get arc furnaces, right? And Dyson's swarms. But honestly, the other thing too, I don't really, like I said, I don't really see us winning this game. I really don't. I mean, let's look at the victory screens just to make sure. Okay. So we're 6th. Yeah, on paper, we really didn't do that well this game. But really, I'm telling you, the number one issue is the Federation. I can't beat that Federation, so I can't get ahead. Because the only way to get ahead on that leaderboard, I really don't think playing SimCity is going to do it. It's going to take some conquering, and I don't have the strength to overcome this Federation or this power block here. So, yeah. But let's go ahead and answer some comments. I need to get ahead of my comments, and while I'm here, I might as well do it. So let me go ahead and pull up comment section here. By the way, we made 3,900 subscribers. Really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. And you know, I want to look at something really quick. Our latest video... Our latest video has 1,900 views. That is crazy. That's really good. It's slowing down though. It's leveled out a little bit. It was shooting straight up into the sky, but you know that most of my videos that do that, they only last so long. But yeah, it's still it made 650 in the last 48 hours. So yeah, we'll see how this does, but it's already got 2,000 views. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's a success. Hopefully it'll continue to grow. But yeah, I'm really glad that it wasn't dead on arrival, that's for sure. I didn't think it was going to be. This is too controversial to be dead on arrival. Though, I am getting a lot of dislikes on it. Yeah, that's understandable. The video I made was pretty polarizing, to be honest. It's got 73 comments, that's nuts. So I am going to have to pay attention to these. Let me see here real quick. Let me pull out the live stream, make that separate. Okay, let's get into this. Okay. Let's see. Hey, asking an honest question here. Do you not like federations? So, let me reply to this and I'll tell you guys what my answer is. So yeah, my answer is I do. If I could join them without paying a tradition, and also if Federation starts were more balanced. So yeah, guys, I mean, by the way, the person who sent that comment was A Homeless Shoe. Okay, interesting name. But like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I like Federations. I like the concept. I mean, I watched Star Trek growing up as a kid. Of course I like Federations. It's just I don't think they're done right in this game. I really don't. I mean, they were at one time, but it was like, one, they're extremely hard to get into. If you don't want to waste one of your tradition trees, and you know, waste one of your tradition choices, and then that, or I mean, you could always do a partial, but that's kind of a waste too. So you're either wasting a tradition, or you're not getting in. And also, you may still not get in to a Federation. They're just way too hard to get into, for one. If they're going to make it so that they're in every single game all over the map, then make them easy to join. The other thing, too, they're also... Federation starts, like the Origins, are extremely imbalanced. You should not be able to start building a Federation fleet right away, no matter what Origin you pick. Regardless, that should just not be a thing. You shouldn't, in fact, you should not be able to start building Federation armies until like midway through the game. I didn't say that in my video, but I should have. Now that I think about it. So yeah, like I said, I like the concept. I like Federations. I don't like the way they are right now. No, they are pissing me off right now, to be honest. Let's see. So Dig2210 says armor penetration weapons are useless. Well, I mean, so in the beginning of the game they're all right, but what happens is once the computer starts using photon launchers, all those disruptors are going to go bye-bye. I mean, unless you do just Corvettes, but then you've got other problems if you're doing Corvettes. So, I mean, and if they have destroyers and cruisers along with those frigates, which they usually do, your Corvettes go bye-bye. I mean, you know, so... And I don't really think disruptors are as powerful as everybody says they are. I have had a different experience with disruptors. seen with my own 2 eyes. I have video proof of disruptors not working. So, and then, you know, now missiles are a little better. Missiles are a little better. I do advocate putting missiles on carriers if you can. And if you want to main that weapon until you can get carriers, or until you can put them on your carriers, you know, you get Strikecraft, that's great too. But the caveat there is they need to be with carriers. Missiles by themselves aren't good enough either. That's been my experience. The other thing too, and I've noticed this with missiles whenever I've tried to use them exclusively, hit and run is a thing with every single computer AI. They all do it all the time, 100%. They don't do anything else. And they will constantly jump out before your missiles hit them. So, and then do damage to yours first. So, yeah, it's missiles are kind of strange too, but yeah, I know they're really popular, and all the major YouTuber channels say that they're the best, but like, I mean, does it pass the acid test? That's what I'm saying here. And like I said, I have video proof that the quote unquote meta isn't always the meta. You know, doesn't always work correctly, at least in PvE. Like I said, if you're in PvP and somebody's using something that, you know, they're not using carriers, they're using something different, and you roll up on them with disruptors, that might be more effective. But if they start doing what the computer's doing, you're going to get crushed. Utterly crushed. So, you know, both missiles, you know, missiles only and disruptors. So, like, there's got to be Strikecraft in there somewhere. Like, the other thing too is that because of hit and run also, you know, disruptors are really tough to use effectively. Hold on a second. Well, I mean, you could get them to jump out, but they'll still be alive and have most of their fleet intact in like 5 or 6 years. So I mean, I guess it's okay if your goal is just to teleport them around, but like if you actually want to destroy their fleets, disruptors are pretty tough. Hold on. Let me answer this with a... Let me type this in real quick. So I wrote, missiles on carriers are fine. Let's see. Straight Evolution says, oh, and he's, let's see. My top commenter, Straight Evolution. Well, thank you, brother, for being my top commenter. See, one of the highest number of hearts from you? Yeah. All right. Let's see. So he responded to my post. Huge goal, man. Definitely live stream, play a Determined Exterminator build, and go to town. All right, so Stray Evolution thinks I should go on a rampage with Determined Exterminator. I might just do that. I might do that, dude. I play some mean Determined Exterminator, dude. I honestly, Determined Exterminator is... I've gotten farther with that build than all the other builds I've played, to be honest. My numbers, my performance is the best with that build. I'm not gonna lie. I was almost able to do like largest ships with artillery combat computers with Strikecraft and long-range weaponry works well, but carrier combat computers are safer overall. Yeah, see, I always had a problem when I tried artillery combat computers. I'd love to do that for the bonus, but yeah, every time I do, they close range every single time. With carriers, they don't hit me with their photon launchers with carrier combat computers, so that's why I don't use artillery, because they still hit me with the launchers and I just get creamed. So, yeah. So you gotta use carrier combat computers. Let's see, so... Let me go ahead and reply to that. Okay, Iska930 responds to my latest post. About, by the way, I'm, as we know, I'm getting close to 4,000 subscribers. When that happens, and I'm projecting it will soon, we're definitely going to celebrate. I'm going to do a live stream for sure. Probably play Determined Exterminator like he suggested, and also this person says Q&A, definitely you are a big brother, good content. So yeah, Q&A. You want to ask me about my life or whatever, just ask me anything. And I'll answer all your questions and whatnot. We'll just hang out and have a good time. Let's see, some of the new Space Fauna stuff is so difficult to find as well, probably because I'm still pretty new to Stellaris. Yeah, I mean, Space Fauna isn't exactly the most common thing. So let's see. Forgive me, you're going to hear me typing. Okay, also a great idea. Put that in. So, Ortexo of Will said on my latest video, you know, how to save Stellaris in 2024. I love playing defense, but the starbase and defense platform mechanics really disappointed me. I do hope they improve this. Like I said, dude, they need to make defense great again. They really do. They need to make defense great again. It is terrible. It's in a terrible state right now. And torpedoes are half the reason for that. But not the only reason. Well, here's what I think. So, if you don't pick unyielding, yeah, your shit should suck. It should. Your shit should suck if you don't play unyielding. But if you pick unyielding, if you're a Bulwark Empire, your platform should be strong as shit. Like you should be just as powerful as your fleet equivalent. That's what I think. You know, if you've got a starbase that's 100,000 fleet power, it should be able to take out something that's 100,000 fleet power. You know what I mean? It should take a 100,000 fleet power fleet or more to take that out. That's what I think. You know, if you've got unyielding or you're a bulwark, you know, and or you're a bulwark. You know, if you've got the bonuses, you should be as powerful as any other empire that has fleets, even if you don't, you know. Defense platforms absolutely should be more powerful. Absolutely. Well, so like I think though for sure though, torpedoes need to be balanced before defense can come back and be viable. So let me answer this real quick. I 100% agree. Make defense good. I'm not gonna say the term. See, hey, let you guys know I celebrate subs, and I'll just say thanks to that. He said, good luck. So I'll say thanks. Okay. Alright, so how to save Stellaris in 2024. Leo OK3UJ says two things. One, I very, very much disagree with your point on habitability. The game is already incredibly easy. We don't need it to be even more easy. I strongly disagree with that, and I'll tell you why in a second. Everything else, you kind of have a point. See, two, you have 6 different planets. Why are you only making 100 Unity? Why are you only making 400 Science? Okay, so this guy's basically telling me to get good. I'm not really going to respond to that. Let's see. I mean, you know, you're entitled to your opinion, but like, I mean, I think there's much more of an issue other than just my skill in question here. But to answer what he said about habitability, you know, so I absolutely disagree with the game being too easy. If the game is too easy, bro, there are difficulty settings. So many of them. You have, I mean, you could put Crisis to the max. You could put, you know, you could put it on Grand Admiral. There's all kinds of other difficulties. You know, you could cut away your guaranteed habitables. There's all kinds of ways to make this game way, way harder. So saying that the default state needs to be harder is dumb, I think. If you have, like, you shouldn't force difficulty onto people. You should allow people to choose how difficult they want their game to be. And I, for one, think there are plenty of other ways to make this game more difficult besides making it a pain in the ass to just basically function and actually play the game. I can't play the game when I have 3 planets. Some people can, and maybe if I'm in a niche build, I can, but with an average Empire, as an average player, I can't play the fucking game if I only have 3 planets for, like, the first 100 years. And as far as all these other criticisms he said, I mean, you know, I don't know, dude. Because I have 6 planets? I mean, so you have 6 planets. So we have 6 planets, right? Why are you only making 100 unity? Well, okay, so the only way to raise your unity, if you're not doing a gimmick or an exploit, is basically if you're just playing a normal Empire and you're playing a normal build and you're a normal player, the fastest way to get 100 unity is to build unity buildings, or at least holotheaters and whatnot on each one of your planets. But the thing of it is, if you do that, then you are going to have a massive consumer goods deficit, okay? If you're playing a standard Empire. All right, so how are you going to take care of that? And he says, why are you only making 400 sites? Okay, same thing. I could spam research labs on all my planets. But see, then I wouldn't have any building room for things like alloy foundries or civilian fabricators. You can't have you can't have it all on every planet. You can't. You have to pick and choose sometimes, you know? Why haven't you researched cloning yet? I don't know, brother. I mean, like I said, unless you're playing a niche build, a gimmick, or an exploit, this is I'm talking the average experience. You know? Yeah. You're not going to be able to overcome that massive consumer goods deficit. Believe me, I've tried. And have more than the 30k fleet power. That's for sure. Oftentimes, you're kind of forced to choose between building a lot of fleets and having a lot of science and a lot of economy. That's just the way it is. A lot of times, unless, like I said, unless you're doing a gimmick or an exploit. You know. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm a guru or anything, or the best player in the world. But I've been around the block a little bit, and I don't think I'm the worst player by far. You know. But like, yeah, I mean, so he said I'm only making 100 unity. I don't know where he's getting that from. If that was like, I don't know if he was watching my regular stream footage. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, dude. But again, I guess to close with this, I'd say, you know, if you're just gonna get on and say get good, dude, I'm not gonna respond to you. I mean, you know, it's not even worth my time. Like, I could sit there and defend myself and waste a bunch of energy doing that, but like, you've already made up your mind about me, so I mean, you know, and you know, it's not really constructive either. You know, telling somebody to get good isn't, you know, that's just a troll comment, basically. So basically, you're just being a nice troll, basically. You're just doing a nice troll there. And I don't have time for that. So, well, apparently I had time this time, but yeah. I mean, generally, not worth my time. So, but let's see. Isolationist is greater than expansionist before you hit the unpause in Stellaris, okay? Now isolationist, I'm not sure. It really depends on what your goal is, right? Because isolationist, I don't think that'd be very good for, say, if you wanted to make friends, right? If you wanted to be diplomatic, say you're a megacorp, isolationist would not be a good idea. Cooperative would, but I do agree that I generally do. I just forgot that time to take it off of expansionist by default. Also, this short comes from an older video, so there may be a couple things in there that I do that aren't as optimal as the things I do now, or aren't as optimal today as they were back then. So you got to keep that in mind as well. See, so I'll just reply this real quick. I said, yeah, it can be. I will just reply with that. So, yeah, exactly. I think most people don't realize that most of us players play this game to have fun on multiplayer. See, I think that's why you guys like me too, is because I keep you guys in mind. I keep the not so much the casual player, but just the average player in mind. Like that Montu's multiplayer madness, for example, the like 0.5% of players that play that and do really well, they're great to watch, but that is not a representation of all of us, okay? Most players are not that good. I'm not trying to insult anybody or hurt anybody's feelings, but like, most people like aren't that mechanically gifted and that knowledgeable about the game. But also, like, there's a lot of rules that apply into that space that don't apply to like 90% of single player games. And most of us are single players. So that's the other thing. Most of us play this single player, myself included. Now why that is, varies, obviously. But a lot of people, they don't play multiplayer nearly as much as they play single player. Though I do think multiplayer is important. I mean, it's good to know how to beat other players if you're going to fight them, but that shouldn't be your only, like, I would not, and this has actually been my problem with Stellaris YouTube content for a long time. A lot of the content that's out there seems to be this mentality that, like, what's good in multiplayer is always going to be good in PvE, and I absolutely disagree with that. I always have. You guys know I always have. I do not believe that the things that work in multiplayer also work in against a computer. No, it is way different. So that's kind of the other thing too. Let's see. There are so many things wrong with this video. I hope they don't listen to you. Okay, well, I hope they do. So I'll just move on. Let's see. Well, I do agree that the game's last 2 years were rough. I do not think that the situation is as dire as you claim it to be. That being said, I think that it is time for an internal politics and yet, or that being said, I think that it is time for an internal politics and yet another warfare refer. That's fair, dude. Like, so, I do agree with him to an extent. Like, it may not be as bad as I'm painting it out to be, though. I do see a cliff on the horizon, guys. I do. I don't think it's going to happen as quickly. I don't think it's going to happen very quick, but I do believe that the current course that Paradox and the dev team is on is not sustainable. I don't think this is going to be sustainable long term. You know, I give it a couple years. If they keep doing things the way they've been doing it, you know, what they've always done, I see Stellaris dying in the next 2 years. I don't think it's dead now, and I don't think it's going to die anytime soon. But in the next couple of years, yeah. I think it's. I mean, it's already. If you look at the bestseller list or the review, you know, the top list, you know, the top 100 on Steam, Stellaris has already dropped several places, maybe even more. I'd have to look at it again, but I did take a look at it lately and noticed that it had noticeably dropped, especially compared to other games like Hearts of Iron and Crusader Kings 3 and other games. So that is a fact, and so I see Stellaris completely dropping off of that list in the next couple years if they continue this way. Maybe even worse than that. It might actually completely die. I don't think it will, because Stellaris is a really unique game, and until something comes out to replace it, I think there will always be some kind of niche for it. But as far as like being able to make YouTube videos out of it and have it be really popular and have a big player base, I see that being in jeopardy in the next couple of years. Tops. It might happen sooner. So yeah, that's what I think about that. But, and of course I agree with him on, yeah, the politics and warfare need a rework for sure. Distant Worlds 2 is already out and it's only going to get better. Tell me about Distant Worlds 2. I'm not aware of that. Is that a new game that came out? Let me respond to this guy's comment. Okay, so you're talking about a Stellaris rival is approaching. So I might check that out. Distant Worlds 2, huh? I might go look that up on the Steam page after this. Well, if that game, I mean, if a game like that or any game comes out that, you know, is a potential Stellaris killer, Stellaris isn't going to be able to stand up to it if it keeps going the way it's been going. That's for sure. That is a fact. Okay. It's at the very least vulnerable to getting dethroned. That's for sure. Let's see. So next one. Let's see. Okay, this is how to save Stellaris. Echolocation said ever since the BS Paraflex pulled with changing from 1.9 Stellaris to 2.0, where they removed 2 of the 3 travel options, which forced everyone to be on Rails hyperlanes. I've realized they treat their release games as paid alphas. Therefore, I haven't thought another one of Paradox's games since. So, yeah, he he's one of those guys that doesn't like Paradox. I mean, I can't completely argue with him. I mean, like I said, even if I don't agree with it, like, I understand why people are upset with Paradox. Even if I don't 100% agree with it. Like, for me, I have a little bit more gratitude because there's a lot worse companies out there. And I think if you stand up Paradox next to, like, say, Blizzard Activision or Electronic Arts, Paradox actually isn't so bad, you know? But they're not perfect. They're definitely not perfect, and they definitely are doing some borderline scummy things. You know, and they do need to cut that shit out. They do. But at least they're trying. That's kind of my attitude. Why I'm more accepting of their bullshit, because at least they're trying. Now, I'd love to go back to the days to where even something they're doing is completely unacceptable and would get their hands severely slapped, if not worse. You know, and would just cost them their whole player base. I long for the days to where, you know, of excellence back, like, in the golden era of gaming. I think it was like, you know, in the early 2010s. That was the golden era of gaming, and games really haven't been that great ever since. Not really. You know, Skyrim came out, Mass Effect 3. You know, you had Battlefield 3. You had, World of Warcraft. I think Cataclysm, or that was right before World of Warcraft started getting bad. Like, really, so many different amazing games came out during that period. Like, or were doing extremely well. And Minecraft was still fresh at that time. So, and honestly, some people argue that that was like the best time to be a Minecraft player, was like back when it first came out. But, and part of me agrees with them, but part of me doesn't. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see. They could set up Stellaris says, in my opinion, they could set up espionage so that you simply leave an envoy to spy on a particular aspect or aspects of their country. Would you like to spy on their technology, slowly granting you progress towards research? Would you spy on their military, giving you info on where they are and what they're equipped with? You know, that's a good idea too. Let's see. Also think better plant automation would be nice. Yeah, I agree with that too. I didn't mention automation, but yeah, it could definitely be better. I mean, but see, changes to the job and pop system that I did request would fix automation a great deal as well, I think. Yeah. Distance penalty should remain for vassalization or federation invitation, but just about anything else, it definitely should be gone. Is Overlord and in Federation should only be heavily reduced or removed. Yeah. Bro, I literally just destroyed a fallen empire because they looked at me funny. What are you going to do? Yeah, like, exactly, like, like he says, dude, like, I'm so powerful, why the hell can't I vassalize you? Like, just because you're with some 2-planet empire? No thanks, dude. I should be able to vassalize you. Yeah, its overlord is a retarded, retarded, deficit, or, penalty. Performance could be improved, I think, by simplifying ships. You could probably be a Stellaris 2 thing, though. This should probably be a Stellaris 2 thing, though, since it would be a massive change to the game. Feel that only for specific builds, destroyers and cruisers are particularly applicable. It'd be nice if they were on their own specific roles they were good at. Yeah, see, I think for at least for cruisers and battleships, they should be able to specialize. I mean, they kind of can now, but like, they should have specialized hull types. So, you know, that are kind of, they do paper, rock, scissors with each other. I think Paradox is going about it the wrong way. I don't think the problem is that there are too many battlecruisers. I think the problem is that there is only one type of battlecruiser, and that's it. There needs to be all these different types, and you can either mix match them or counter each other with them, you know? So I think that's really where Paradox needs to go. They need to get rid of frigates, and they don't need to get rid of the smaller ships. You need those until you can get battlecruisers. But I think as far as the meta going forward, that's what they should go towards. You know, having different metas with different battleship types instead of just, you know, instead of trying to make everybody use every little goddamn thing. That doesn't work. Yeah, let's see. Forgive me, this is a long comment. Okay. Galactic Imperium is dumb. Just make a galaxy-wide hegemony comprised of purely vassals. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, like, so he basically agrees with most of what I'm saying here. Okay, let's see. So I'll go ahead and give my response to this. But yeah, like, it really is just, yeah, especially with the ship balance. Yeah, market resource automation. Yeah, I can go for that. So guys, we got about maybe 20 minutes left. I'm gonna try to get through these as fast as I can. Wow. Still go for your proposal over the way it is now. Okay. Okay, so how to save Stellaris? Devin Frey said, the game needs balance, IMO. Each game feels to me like one fight followed by a diplomatic economic or conquest snowball that makes all trivial. Destabilize empires, please. Make the threat from within or from within as real as without. Okay. Make the universe dynamic. Okay, so way ahead and in disregard, but with extra nudge of chaos, I feel that games can be more engaging. So, like, I guess I'm kind of a fan of things being drama free, but I can kind of appreciate what this guy's trying to say. I think it would be there is something to be said for, you know, empires, you know, having problems and breaking apart, as long as they give good solutions to deal with those problems. I'm okay with it, but I would not be cool with having to deal with a rebellion every 5 years. That would really piss me off, for example, or with it being very difficult if I got into a federation in order to keep it together. Yeah, that would be that would feel like work to me, not fun. But so let's see. So I don't agree 100% to very valid here. Let's see. Alright, Fluffy Bear says, hey, morale and effects it has on war exhaustion does not reflect what you are suggesting even in real life. Oh, he's going to talk about the Iraq War. Okay. Alright, I was there, so if you say something dumb, I'm going to call you out on it. Let's see. The U.S. is, for lack of a better way to put this, styled on them, and yet the population of America grew increasingly sick of perpetual war. Instead, I suggest that instead of reducing war exhaustion on your own side, increase it on the enemy side while having other effects on your own population. Rapid increase in the support isolationist faction, assuming some form. Okay, I don't think it needs to be that complicated, man. Also, like, yes, you're not wrong about the Iraq War, as in, you know, but the media is not the sole proprietor of how much war exhaustion you have. I don't agree with that. I think in the galactic stage, I don't think the news media would have nearly as much of a grip or a hold on how exhausted the populace were as it does on our country. Not to get into politics, and I'm not going to do that, but I mean, but like, yeah, as far as at the very least, I do want to say this. At the very least, they need to. I do agree with you. They need to at least make, damage your war exhaustion accurately. If they're not going to allow you to get your war exhaustion back, then they need to be more accurate with what gives you war exhaustion and how much you take. So if all my fleets are alive and yours aren't, you should have a higher war exhaustion than me, regardless, okay? If I have all your planets and you have none of mine, you should have a higher war exhaustion than me, plain and simple. I should not have a higher war exhaustion than you. And also, like, there needs to be, like, asterisks on being forced to do a status quo. If they have no fleets, they should not be able to force you to do a status quo at all. They have to have fleets. So there needs to be requirements, I think, at the very least, requirements in order to force a status quo. So they either have to have fleets, like have, an equal amount to you or almost as equal. And, they need to have an equal amount of planets that you have. Okay? But Echo, welcome. And thanks again for being a member, bro. And I've been playing Stellaris on PC a lot lately, and man, make robots great again. Yeah. Robots are good. Man, try synthetic fertility. Robots are great. But yeah, robots are good, man. So and he said yes to simplicity, so I'm just gonna go ahead and like all of these. He did agree with most of my Fuffy Bear did agree with most of my points though, so I mean, not that that's required, but though I was in Iraq and don't completely agree about war exhaustion. I do agree that at the very least we need more accuracy on what the enemy gets for sauce or exhaustion. Let's see. Started getting into Stellaris, but ended up buying the bullet and getting the expansion subscription. Honestly, I don't know what I would have done without it, since it seems every single thing would have been locked behind a paywall. Yeah, hopefully the team will release some of the old content into the base game. Okay, looks like I've got them all. That's good. That's all for today. So allow us to hire envoys as special leaders. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Well, so I have a little bit of critique or criticism about how leaders are in this game. Like, I'm not a fan at all of leaders having, or at least the renowned leaders having any penalties to them at all. I think they should just all be bonuses. There shouldn't be any bad reason to pick a leader. There should just be a more good reason or a less good reason. Because, like, just the way I feel right now is that, you know, leaders seem to be, like, paying with pleasure right now. And that's kind of, I just don't agree with that. The whole paying with pleasure thing. I think, like, especially, like, at least renowned leaders, like, okay, I get the whole negative traits thing, but, like, really... Yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, you got the robot nerfs. Okay, yeah, they did nerf robots' habitability recently, and yeah, that was very annoying, and I did not enjoy that change. I still don't. Say they get a lot more bonuses, or I will say they get a lot more bonuses though. Yeah, I mean, nah, robots are still good. It's just they did some unnecessary nerfs to them. So let me go ahead and we'll just save this. And the stream is almost over, guys. I think we'll just go ahead and end it there. And the next stream, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick a new empire, and I'm going to get started on my Protoss build guide script. Now that I released this one video, this video kind of got in the way of it, but obviously I don't regret it. I got a ton of comments, though I did get a lot of dislikes. But you know what? It's understandable. This video I came out with was a very polarizing video. I really took a risk making it, and I was debating on whether or not I should have released it. But so far I'm glad I did. And like I said, you know, yeah, not everyone is going to agree. Like I said, this is probably the most polarizing video I've ever done. So it's understandable that I'm going to have a lot more dislikes than my average video. There's going to be people that don't like it, you know. I'm going to piss some people off. So I kind of am not surprised. And to me, for a video like this, you know, 77% like ratio, I'll take it, you know. It could be 90% or it could be 10%. It could be terrible, right? Like, I could just be getting flamed right now, but that's not really what's happening. Most of you guys are pretty respectful, even the ones that disagree with me. I mean, other than the couple get good comments I've had, other than that, you know, it hasn't been unreasonable, and I'm grateful for that. I thank you guys for that. You know, and I wasn't expecting you guys to be gentle with me, but at the same time, it is nice when that happens. But I think it's really cool that we can all sit there and be respectful to each other. And, you know, unlike some other arguments and discussions that obviously I'm not going to mention, I think, at least with this argument and discussion, see, we all love Stellaris. So even though we don't agree, we can all agree on that, you know, Stellaris is worth saving, if nothing else. Whether you agree that it's going to die soon or not, you know, I don't think it is going to die soon. To close, I don't really think it is going to die soon, but I see it dying in the next couple of years if it keeps following this path. People are just going to get tired of it. And the other thing too is, the more DLC they add on, and the longer they continue to price it the way they've been pricing it, it's going to get to a point, it already is at a point where people are looking at it going, dude, this is ridiculous. You guys are being fucking greedy, you know? And part of me wants to say that right now. Like, you look at all the DLCs, like, this is like a $400 game if I were to get everything, you know? And I don't, and me personally, I don't agree with subscribing, you know, unless it's an MMO or something that requires regular routine maintenance. I don't agree with subscribing to something that I can just buy outright. You know? And especially to a game that I may just stop playing at any time or take a break from. And I don't want to have to manage a subscription fee every time I take a break from Stellaris. So I don't think subscription is going to cut it here. Paradox. I think they are definitely going to have to change their pricing model. I'm not saying they need to make all their stuff dirt cheap. I'm just saying they at least need to make the older stuff dirt cheap, if not just incorporate it in the base game. I really think they should just integrate it into the base game. You know, I think that would just do so many good things for the community, for their profits, for everything, like for their brand. Really, I think that's really what people have a problem with. It's like, wow, why is all this stuff priced so much? Why is there so many of it? Why is First Contact almost as much as the Machine Age? That doesn't make sense. Like, something like First Contact should be like maybe $10 at most. I mean, but 15, that's a stretch. That's about as much as your expansions used to cost. And so, like, and I listed a lot of issues in this video, so there's no way in hell that somebody's going to look through all these issues and agree at 100%. That's just not going to happen. But what I really like is that, you know, people are at least agreeing on most of these things, or at least some of them. So that tells me that I did my job. You know, I'm just bringing this. The purpose of the video was to bring this to their attention. Let them look at it. Give them some ideas. Because if, you know, I don't know what's going on in their heads, but like, this is what I see. And I mean, some of these solutions are very obvious, and some of them I'm wondering, why the hell haven't you guys done this yet? Is it just laziness? Like, what is the problem here? Like with the whole clicking and dragging to adjust where your pops are placed on your jobs. What is the problem with that? There really isn't a. It's just common sense, you know. A lot of this stuff I point out is just common sense. Now, I'm not a CFO. I'm not a business major, but I don't think it takes a college degree in business to figure some of the stuff, some of the business stuff that I've pointed out in this video. You know, some of the profit stuff. I mean, this is basic bartering 101. You know, if somebody doesn't like your product, they're not going to buy your product. If somebody thinks it's overpriced, you're going to get $0 instead of what you put on there. You know, it's that simple. Like, you know, it's supply and demand, right? So I think there's a lot more demand for a $5 game than a $15 game. You know what I mean? Of the same kind. So I think at the very least you'd break even and fix your brand. So, but then again, you know, I'm not an accounting major, but I don't think I need to be to see some of this stuff. You know, of course I'm going to be inaccurate about a lot of it, but I won't be completely inaccurate. And though I don't know what exactly they would get by reducing their price, I know that it can't be much worse than what they're doing now. I mean, yeah, so anyway, well, you guys have a good one. If you like my stuff, go ahead and like it, subscribe. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. By the way, thanks for all the comments lately. Sorry that it took so long for me to get to them. I just took a couple days off to clear my head a little bit. And then, you know, attend my live streams and hop on the Discord and DM me if you wanna hang out with me. Yeah, and then there's a join button. It exists. If you click it, you'll see a channel promotion video, or you'll see a membership video. You know, and it'll tell you everything you get with that. It's just one tier. It's $5, and if you want to invest in the channel, that's how you do that. You can also give me a super thanks or a super chat if you think I deserve it. With that being said, regardless of what you do, thank you very much for, if nothing else, your watch time and your view. It's very appreciated. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.